Throughout NBA history, rookie years have never indicated the true value of a player, since not everyone is ready as soon as they step on the court. Some players happen to be very raw and need a number of seasons to develop before they truly flourish, while others can make an impact from their debut game. For instance, LeBron James was a dominant force from the minute he stepped onto the court against the Sacramento Kings as a rookie, and built upon his successful campaign with much stronger seasons later on. You also have the likes of Tracy McGrady, who may not have set the world on fire as rookies and didn't break out as stars until a few seasons later, when their skills had been polished to translate their game at the highest level. But there are some who may have gotten off to a hot start only to fizzle out immediately after their rookie season, which turned out to be the peak of their careers. That is of course the worst possible scenario, since players are expected to improve with every passing year. Such isn't always the case, as we will come to learn from today's list. As impressive as it is for a player to shine in their first NBA season, it doesn't always guarantee that they will go on to have as equally as impressive seasons later on. There have been many who have struggled to retain the same form by their sophomore season and were out of the league within a few years. Welcome back to the Clutch Central channel. Lay back, grab your favorite snacks, and enjoy, because today we will have 10 more star NBA rookies who were flops in their second season. Johnny Flynn, drafted with the 6th pick by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the 2009 draft. Johnny Flynn was supposed to be a part of the core for many years to come. He had a strong rookie campaign, averaging 13.5 points per game and 4.4 assists per game, although he never came close to replicating those numbers later on. In his sophomore season, Flynn averaged only 5.3 points per game and 3.4 assists per game, and he would only stick around for 2 more NBA seasons, both of which were cut short due to nagging injuries. It is possible that he would have been able to fulfill his potential if he had remained healthy. Richard Dumas, taken with the 46th pick of the 1991 draft. Many believe that Richard Dumas was the steal of the class due to an impressive rookie season in which he averaged 15.8 points per game. He would miss out on the next season as the league suspended him for substance abuse, so Dumas' sophomore year took place the season afterwards. The Phoenix Suns were disappointed in his contributions to the team, as Dumas only averaged 5.5 points per game, which was a massive decline from his rookie season. He would only go on to play another year in the NBA before starting a journey away from the league. Jahlil Villanova. The Toronto Raptors had 2 first-round picks in the 2005 draft and were hoping to select some top talent, as the team struggled plenty following the Vince Carter trade. With the 7th pick, the Raptors chose Jahlil Villanova, who instantly impressed on the court, making it to the all-rookie first team. Given the team's needs for a point guard, they had to part ways with Villanova in order to acquire TJ Ford, and Villanova wasn't quite the same in his sophomore season. His stats took a hit in nearly every category as the flaws in his game became more evident. Landry Fields. The New York Knicks believed they had found a gem in the 2010 draft with the 39th pick, as Landry Fields had brilliant displays in his first year to become a member of the All-Star rookie first team. But that turned out to be the peak of his career, as Fields regressed in his sophomore year, with his three-point shoot disappearing, which ultimately hurt him in the long run. While he did have a reputation as a good defensive player, it wasn't quite as consistent as his first year in the NBA. Fields would go on to play 3 more seasons for the Toronto Raptors before he was forced to retire due to an injury. Adam Morrison. Based on his impressive college career, it's no surprise that Adam Morrison was taken with the 3rd overall pick of the 2006 draft. He had a solid rookie campaign, averaging 11.8 points per game, although it was clear that much-needed improvements were required for his game to translate smoothly into the NBA. A torn ACL in the preseason of what was supposed to be his sophomore season put him out of action for the entire year, as he returned with a disappointing campaign in 2008-9, where his PPG average dropped to 4.5, as he received plenty of criticism among fans. Before we continue talking about the rest of the players on this list, we would like to remind you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and to turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Share your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget that by subscribing, you are helping our channel grow, and you are becoming a part of the always growing family. Tim Thomas. Tim Thomas had a good start to his NBA career, making the Philadelphia 76ers that he could be an integral part of their core. He averaged 11 points per game on good efficiency, so it's no wonder that Thomas was expected to play a bigger role going into the future. But his second year wasn't nearly as good, which led to a decrease of his minutes during the season. Thomas had an even worse 3rd season, and that led to the 76ers to trade him away to the Milwaukee Bucks. Thomas would go on to have his best years with the team as he fit into the team system. Bobby Jackson. Bobby Jackson's first year was good enough for him to be named into the All-Rookie second team in 1998, as he averaged 11.6 points per game, 4.7 assists per game, and 4.4 rebounds per game for the Denver Nuggets. He was dealt to the Minnesota Timberwolves the next season, and Jackson couldn't replicate the same performances that earned him praise as a rookie. While he did have some moments of brilliance, he wasn't quite as consistent as he had been for the Nuggets. To his credit, Jackson did manage to bounce back from the sophomore slump a few years after, but that happened when he was a member of the Sacramento Kings, winning the Sixth Man of the Year award in 2003. Mark Jackson, not to be confused with Mark Jackson, who was Rookie of the Year in 1989 and All-Star in 1989. Mark Jackson played his first NBA season in 2000 to 2001 as a member of the Golden State Warriors. The franchise was among the worst in the league at the time, so fans were excited to see a rookie averaging 13.2 points per game and 7.5 rebounds per game off the gate. By his second year, Jackson's numbers were cut in half, as his efficiency also dropped down. Having been named to the All-Rookie first team, Jackson failed to follow up with better performances, as he was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves in his third season. Jahlil Okafor, the third pick of the 2015 draft, had plenty of hype coming into the league, and his rookie year only increased his stock among fans. Jahlil Okafor averaged 17.5 points per game and 7 rebounds per game in his first season, so it's only natural that most thought he would build upon his campaign with even better years in the future. However, Okafor began showing signs of decline into his sophomore year, as his numbers dropped down across the board. Since then, he has gotten worse with every passing season, whenever he stepped onto the court, as Okafor has struggled with injuries along the way. Michael Carter-Williams. Michael Carter-Williams is arguably the worst player in history to have won Rookie of the Year. Since having an impressive first year in the league, MCW is now on his way out of the NBA after having been cut by the Chicago Bulls. He peaked in his NBA debut after leading the Philadelphia 76ers over a win over the Big Three Miami Heat, nearly putting up a quadruple-double in the process. It became apparent by his second season that MCW wasn't quite as good as he appeared, and simply benefited from high usage on one of the worst teams. Before we wrap up this video, we want to thank you for watching and to invite you to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of our videos, and leave your opinion in the comments section. Thank you for staying till the end, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!
Totally got rid of Andre with the...
What did we just see? How did he do that? He sees things way before they happen.